Okay, I'm back. Turns out I don't know how to pause a video and come back. So maybe I will figure out how to edit that, if I even upload this video at all. We'll see. I don't know. Anyhow, so what I was wanting to put you on hold for was to grab a project bag that I had made to kind of give you an idea of the type of thing that I'm used to making, so you can see the difference between that and the vinyl bag. So this would be, so it's got a boxed bottom here and two different color or prints, and you will see that this is a Harry Potter theme. So this is the Marauders map, and then this was not a Harry Potter actual fabric, but I felt like the stag would be appropriate to be a corresponding fabric. And then it's lined, zippered, and I like to do these little tabs at the top. And then this one has another zipper with tabs, and then this is also lined. So this one actually has, I don't think I did interfacing, which if you're not familiar, interfacing is what gives a bag stability and would help it sit up on its own. So this is the bag that I previously had my cross stitching in. It's quite a big bag, as you can see. Oops. Threads with a boxed bottom, a handle, which I would add this handle honestly to that vinyl, excuse me, sorry about that, zippered bag, because a lot of my project bags have a handle, and it's handy, which I appreciate. This one has snaps, and I don't know if you can tell, but this one sits on its own. It's got some yarn in it, so it doesn't want to step, and a book, honestly. But it is also lined with different, I think, London monuments, maybe? Anyway, as you can see, it has, you know, the Union Jack flag, and so I thought that was appropriate. And then this is another type of bag that I've made with the box bottom. This one has a different fabric on the back, and then it is also lined, and this one is drawstring, but I lost the other side of the ribbon came undone. There's that. And then let's see, this would be a smaller type. It's not very neat on the bottom there, but you get the idea. It sits, nice little zipper pull, and it is lined. So this one right here is most of the time what I'm making when I do a zipper project bag. And then I have little teeny rectangular bags, and this one I don't like. I like the bag, but I don't like it because I don't know if you can tell, that's an unfinished edge, which I did zigzag, and I just have a thing. It's me, and not everybody would care about that because it's durable. I do double stitch, and you know, I zigzag stitched to kind of help keep those edges from fraying. But in general, I do not like an unfinished edge inside the bag. And that's just me. Here's another one that I have. And these I like to put notions. So It's got a zipper on it and these little tabs to hold on to. Anyway, those are really good for like little bitty scissors. I put notions for my knitting, and then this fits nicely if you wanted to pop it inside a bigger bag. Fits in there like that, like that. And anyway, so that's what I'm used to making, is that type of a zippered bag. So I had not done one with vinyl, and so sorry, excuse me. I found the tutorial by Kea, and it was super easy to follow. She, I think, does lots of different quilting tutorials, so she has a really great setup for like her camera, and it was really clear. She had good measurements, and it was a free tutorial. Sorry, all of a sudden I'm just super itchy. But I did make mine bigger, and then because I don't like an unfinished edge, when I was doing my version, let me see if I can make this make any kind of sense. I don't know if you can see, but this edge here, what I did was I took the fabric and put the interface, or the I'd say, I think I used batting for this. I put the batting inside and folded the fabric. So this is a folded edge. So that way on the other side of the zipper, it doesn't have a raw edge, which what I mean by a raw edge is when you cut a fabric and don't sew it and enclose it, that can fray, and that is what would be referred to as a raw edge. And then on this side is the vinyl. So I just did the vinyl right up to the stitching here. I don't think you can even see what I'm referring to there, but the good news is there are no raw edges. And then I did this similar to how you would do a pillowcase, and I did like a quilted binding. So you sew it together and then fold this over and then sew down, and that encloses the edges all along the perimeter. So all the edges are enclosed, which makes me happy. I feel like it's nice and secure, and I think the main reason I like to do that is I don't think I'd wash this bag because of the vinyl, but with any other bag, I have been known to spill coffee or soda or juice or I don't even know on bags, or just as I'm carrying them around, they could get dirty. So I want to wash them, and I don't want to worry about a raw edge. That sounds so super harsh. And it's not really that big of a thing, but it is something that I like. So anyhow, here is, it fits my project perfectly. It has room for, wow, sorry about it. Okay, there we go. Project is in there. You can see the project. There's room for the frame. It's in the frame. I don't take it out. And there's room for the pattern. There's room for extra thread, and there's that. So I think I'm done rambling about my cross stitch that I'm working on. So the other project that I have going, I have a couple of yarn projects, is what I guess I'm going to call it. One is crochet, and the other is knit. And so what am I working on crochet wise? I have a basket down here. Let's see, a few years ago I made this granny square. I used to do there's a website that is escaping my memory right now, but it is a swap type website, and there were all different themes, and you could sign up to swap with somebody. You would sign up for a particular themed swap, and then the person hosting that would give you a partner, and then you would, you know, swap whatever the item would be with that person. So one of the swaps I did was a granny square swap, and I think it was like 9 inches or 8 inches square, and you could just do a granny square. And I think we did 6, and you made somebody 6 granny squares and send it to them, and then they would send you 6 granny squares back. And so this one was one of the ones that I did that did not make the cut to send, and I don't remember why. Maybe it just didn't get to the right measurement, or maybe the colors, or blah blah, I don't know. So I had this one lone granny square in my basket of goodies, if you will, of unfinished items. And so this summer I took it out and reproduced, and it's actually, I don't know if you could tell, maybe you can. It's a little bit different right here, not exactly the same, and this one is a lot thinner. Ooh. Wow, that's takes all my concentration there. I don't know if you can tell. This one is a lot thinner. It's a thinner yarn, and so when I went to find a duplicate of this darker one, all I could find was this is very, very close, but not quite exactly. But it is a thicker yarn, and I believe it is Red Heart. Yes, Red Heart. So it's an acrylic yarn, easily accessible. You don't have to care about a dye lot. Also, I am particular about my yarn choices, but I am not exclusively using wool for certain things. These are granny squares that I don't actually know what I'm going to do with yet, so I'm not particular about it. So I've done a few different squares. This one actually came out quite big, but I have changed them all just a little slight bit, but basically all the same colors, or not basically all the same colors, all the same colors, just in different different sequence. This one is kind of fun. I don't know if you can see, no, but this outer yarn has a little bit of glitter in it, so I thought that was kind of fun. So I have a stack of yarny goodness there, and so again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I kind of thought maybe I would make a pillow, like a cushion cover, but then I kind of just want to keep crocheting them and see what happens. So I'm just doing like a basic granny square. I have an old pattern, which I actually have misplaced, but I have it memorized by now. And the other yarny, sorry, I should have had this together already. The other yarny project that I'm working on, oh, sorry. Sorry about it. Is a blanket. Let's see, how can I take this out? And it is a pattern by a gal, I think her name is Melissa, and her screen name is Skein-Anigans. And so this is quite long. Oh, there's a needle there. And colorful. So in knitting, I have, like I said, I have been watching knitting podcasts and following knitting people for quite a while, and there is a popular kind of blanket pattern that is referred to as a memory blanket, I don't know, cozy memories blanket. There you go. And that, excuse me, that Molly of A Homespun House is the first person I had seen do such a thing, and that was a number of years ago. And that is a square that has like a diagonal. See how this has like a diagonal line through it, but square. And I just kind of wanted to do one of those blankets, but not really. It just didn't really fit my aesthetic. But I really love the blankets that I had seen other people do. So when I saw this one with the chevrons, I really liked it, and I like that you could just do a little teeny bit, or you could do a lot, and I just like the style of this. So I jumped on it, and last Christmas, or December I guess, I had asked a friend of mine to, let me back up a little bit. I had quilted myself an advent calendar. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you when. Maybe 2005, 2006, and it was kind of rough, you know. It was when I was just starting out quilting, and I didn't really love it. It had pockets, so you could put little, you know, treats or trinkets or whatever in it, but I didn't ever use it. So this last year, I took it all apart, and I did reuse the pockets, but I made it in such a way that I could actually fit stuff in the pockets. And I guess I could have brought that out. Didn't think about it. Didn't realize I'd be talking about that. Sorry. But anyway, when you knit or crochet or sew or anything, I'm sure you're going to understand what I'm talking about. You end up with a little bit of extra, right? So these are all little bits of extra after I finished socks. So normally I like to knit socks. Little skein leftovers. And then I started collecting little bitty, oh, sorry, we're getting a glare from the window over there. Little mini skeins. So some of these, most of these actually are leftovers from socks that I've knit. And either for myself, or this one is actually not socks, this was a shawl. Anyway, I'm not going to show them all, but and they live in this basket that I made. So they all kind of live in there. Actually, I have a whole nother basket. These are all ones that I've already knit into the blanket, and then I have another basket of skeins that I have not yet knit into the basket. So that way I know, or blanket. So that way I know once they've gone from one basket to the other that they've all been knit in and would be a duplicate at that point. So let's see, I think that's it. I do have another knitting project that I have not at all been working on. So it's really, sorry to lean out of frame here. There's really nothing exciting. It is a top-down sweater. So really nothing to look at here. Except for some stitches. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's a very toothy, rusticy. Oh, there you can see where I've done increases. I think that's maybe a shoulder. I don't know yet. I have never knit a sweater, so this is my first sweater. And I haven't knit on it in quite a while. I started kind of losing my momentum on that. Maybe someday I'll pick it up again. We'll see. Anyhow, I don't know if I'm gonna upload this or not. If I do, thank you for watching. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. I should mention this is, what is this, September 2nd? I don't know, it's Labor Day. I had the day off, so that's part of why I was like, I have the day off. I'm procrastinating doing some yard work. Maybe I'll record myself talking about my projects. So it's the beginning of September. I hope you have a good September. If I do upload this and if I record another one, I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm sorry, this is super jumbled, not organized at all. So kudos to all those people that do this on a regular basis, and I have a newfound respect for you. And thank you for watching. Okay, bye.